Welcome to a special edition of Galaxy All Access. Joe Tutino here. Thanks for joining me today. The Galaxy move on to Vancouver this week, wrapping up a 3-game road trip. So far, so good for the Galaxy as they've won 2 in a row. Saturday was a wild one at Geldwin Field in Portland as the Galaxy topped the Timbers by a score of 5-3. David Beckham, Robbie Keane each had 2 goals. Landon Donovan scored the other. Sean Franklin had 2 assists, including on the Galaxy's last goal scored by Robbie Keane, and he joins me right now from Portland. Sean, thanks for taking the time today.
No, thank you for having me on.
Let's talk about this game first and foremost. The Galaxy scored 4 goals in a span of less than 9 minutes. Ever been part of something like that before?
No, it was pretty crazy. I didn't realize it was in 9 minutes until I, looked at the stat sheet, and it was good for us that even though we, got scored on 2 minutes into the game, which kind of has been a problem with our team this year. Allowing goals in the first 15 minutes. We overcame that and got 4 quick goals right back.
You talked about the surrendering that goal early. I like the way the team responded because going into that game, you weren't sure what was going to happen with the opponent. I mean, obviously it's a big crowd. The crowd there is great, but they made a big change on the bench, so you don't know what you're going to get from your opponent. They come out and score first, and it could have snowballed the other way, yet you guys responded positively.
Yeah, we knew that there was still, 88 minutes left in the game. It's a 9-minute game, and we proved that, showing that we can overcome a early goal. And like I said, the character of this team has been great since I think the 2-week break was huge. Everyone's come back ready to play, and we know we got to get points. And we were coming into Portland getting 3 points, and that's kind of been our attitude, that even though we're on the road, we want to get a point or 3 points. But we're talking about getting 3 points on these road games.
You just mentioned it. I keep on hearing it. There's been this attitude change in the club going forward. I think June 17th will be the mark date that we'll talk about going forward about this new attitude. Can you describe the club's character, attitude going forward right now?
Yeah, we know we're just right there from creeping up. We got a huge game coming up, Wednesday against Vancouver, and also we go back home and play Chivas. And I want to say out of the remainder of our games, I think we only played 2 more teams from the East Coast, so the rest of our games are against, in-conference teams, and we have to make sure we get those points against teams in our conference.
So what's changed on the field for you guys? You guys, from what I can tell in the booth, you're playing for each other a little bit more. There's a lot more fight in the Galaxy. I don't see people getting so frustrated during a match as they might have been early on in the season, things like that.
Yeah, definitely everyone's playing for each other. Before the games, we talk about how not everything's going to be perfect. It's not going to be pretty. But, everyone's working for each other. Everyone's, having each other's back. When a mistake is made, we move on from it. And I think that's what's helping us get through games because, like I say, we've let goals in late in games, early in games. And it's all about just working hard for each other and bouncing back.
A few weeks ago, you guys dismantled the Whitecaps at home 3-0. Now they've made a couple of changes. You'll be playing in a different facility from last season when you played in Vancouver. I know you scored a goal up there. This looks to be one of those games where as much as you'd like to know what's coming at you, I think you guys go back to just worrying about yourselves, right?
Yeah, when it comes down to it, it's all about sticking to our game playing and worrying about what we need to do against the Whitecaps. I think they've gotten a few changes. I think Dane Richards is there now. He adds speed to their attack, and it's going to be a tough game on Wednesday. They got a good team. They got great players across the back line to the forward line. So you got to be sharp on our game, and if we come out with the mentality that we're going to get 3 points, then I think we'll be okay on Wednesday.
All right, well, enough of the X's and O's here. What's the latest with the Galaxy's version of the 3 Musketeers? You, AJ, and Brian Jordan. You guys have had a lot of hotel time on this trip. Any practical jokes yet?
Maybe too much hotel time. We're I think it's time for us to kind of split off and all do our own things. But we're having fun out here. We're all going to be heading to the Nike employee store, a big group of us. So it's always fun hanging with those guys. It's also the rest of the team.
Hector Jimenez earned his way into that group yet?
He has. He's making me the fourth musketeer. He finally earned his stripes.
All right, we'll have Wednesday night's game right here at LAGalaxy.com beginning at 7 o'clock. The Galaxy return to the Home Depot Center, as Sean mentioned, Saturday night, facing Chivas USA in the second installment of the Super Classico. That's also a 7 o'clock start, not 7:30, 7 o'clock. So get your tickets at LAGalaxy.com or by calling 877-3GALAXY. Sean, as always, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. Always a pleasure, Joe.
All right, for Sean Franklin, Joe Tutino saying thank you for making Galaxy All Access part of your day.